Dear students, so I hope you have already watched the first part of first chapter computer system in a previous video. So now in this video we are going to cover the next portion of computer system, chapter 1. So now let us understand what you can do with a computer. We can do number of things that we have already discussed, like watching movies, creating documents, for teaching or studying, playing games, right? Or we can have uh, keeping your things, keep records for your later retrievals. So many things we can do, right? Here we have got a list of things that we can do, like creating documents, check your finances, perform research, work with numbers, schedule your time, teaching, learning, and many more. Yeah, very importantly, chatting so that you can keep in touch with your near and dear ones. Buy and sell, which is a very important portion nowadays we are facing, since it's due to COVID-19, this online purchasing has increased a lot. So for that also we have got lots of services, and that is always done with the computer. Without that you cannot do it. Then playing games, having media to be played, all this. Now we will see how does a computer work. Now I hope you already remember the exact functioning or working principle, that is your IPO. So over here also you can see the IPO is well explained in this block diagram, that the data has been taken as input, then it is processed based on the instruction that is given. So over here plus is the instruction. Then after processing we are getting the formulated data, that is your information. So this information is going to be considered as output, and it will be delivered to the user with the help of the output devices, say monitor. Then it is also stored. The output is also stored in the storage device. So finally we call all these activities, the series of activities is called information processing cycle. Okay. So here you can see the input is done with the input devices. It is considered or entered into the computer with the help of the input devices. Processing is done with the help of central processing unit, and then the output is done with the help of the output devices that we have already done. We have already seen. And storing, for that we have got storage devices, say hard disk, pen drive, flash drive, DVD-ROM, CD-ROM, and many more. Now we will see, this video is basically based on how we can maintain the hardware, the ergonomics, the human wear. That's now over here you can see maintaining the hardware. Now the way we maintain ourselves for our betterment, in the same way for the betterment of our working condition of our computer system, we need to maintain the hardware. We need to clean it up. Physical cleaning is very important, right? Like you wash your hands, you wash your sanitize the things nowadays every time. In the same way, you have to clean up the hardware that you are having, the system. You have to clean it properly. What are the problems that we can have if we don't clean? Then suppose there is dust. Suppose in the over mouse. Suppose you are not cleaning it regularly. So suppose this is my mouse and I'm not cleaning it. How I have to clean? I have to take an earbud so that if any dust particle is over here, I can just clean it. Don't use any damp or wet paper napkin or anything. Don't use that. You have to just clean it with a dry, clean cotton cloth. Okay, so with that you have to clean it. It has to be lint free so that does no fiber, nothing get just stuck in between any of the area. Okay. So So this dust collected on your monitor. Suppose you are having dust collected on your monitor and you're not, it is very difficult to see the things over the monitor. So you have to be very much careful about that also as well. So you can just see how to clean it. So these cleaning process you have to be taken care of. I have already discussed how to clean the mouse and all. Now the role of humanware comes. Who are these humanware? Humanware refers to the persons or the program who program, design and operate a computer. So it's a human being who is using the computer, is a user. Sometimes the user can face health related. So you, me, anyone who is using the computer is called humanware. So persons who actually program and design the operate computer. Now, suppose they are working on it, and for a long time I'm working and I'm having eye strain or something, some problem I'm having with my physical, maybe some neck issues, maybe wrist. So with that, so anyone who is dealing with the study of these problems, physical characteristics, and how to just solve it, the functions in relation to the working environment, how to furnish it, the machines and the use. So all these are called ergonomics. So just see human wear and ergonomics are related to each other, right? So you can just see the monitor placement, avoiding wrist strain, posture, the care that you use. So that is very, and nowadays this is very important that has come up, that you have to understand this ergonomics very well. So whenever you are sitting, don't just go and sit on the bed. Please take a chair, a table, so that you can put your laptop or whatever system you are using and put your legs properly, put your hands, everything proper way. Otherwise, the moment when you get up and if you don't follow the proper good habits, you have to promote your good habits regularly. I'll tell you what are the different habits that we can promote. Good habits. So these are the reasons what why we should take care of the human wear to reduce the fatigue. So suppose there is carpal tunnel syndrome that can happen if anyone is just taking or keeping the rest in an improper way. So then that is very important. So this condition it affects the people who type without proper wrist support for a long period. Then the swollen over the wrist can be there, and this is called carpal tunnel syndrome or rapid stress injury. Because of that, there is ergonomic keyboards so that you can keep your wrist properly. Just see, these are called ergonomic keyboards. Then stimulating interest in computing. So next is if your work area is comfortable, then you will be productive. You will be enjoying your work. So that work area has to be comfortable so that without any stress you can work on it. Right? Let's see what are the habits that we can promote, which are good habits that will help you for learning, and these are also helpful for your online learning. Right? So what are the habits that we can have? You should always go for short walk at least once every hour. I would recommend like you're having 40 minutes class, so every one 40-minute class or 30-minute class, you go for 5 minutes walk inside the room itself or go to your kitchen and then come back, get some water. But you just move, take a walk, and this walking is very important. Move your neck, move your eyes. Eye exercise is very important. Just take two fingers and just then rotate it like this. Or you take it like this and rotate it like this. So you rotate it for 5 seconds. That will help you. And then just blink your eyes. This will again help you. This will increase the lubricating thing of your eyes. So this is again very important. So students, this promoting your health habits is not only important for exam purpose view, but this is very important with respect to your normal daily life. So please go for walk regularly. We do yoga. Take breaks in between. Whenever you are having breaks with as per your timetable, please do take breaks. Don't sit on that particular chair or particular bed. Please do that. Right? So you can just see we have already discussed about the exercise portion in our class, and the PDF for that has also been given to you. So right now I'm not again discussing it. So we all know this, right? So thank you. With this, the chapter 1 completed. Thank you.